Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba. Ha, ba, ba, da, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Monday Mini Medicine Card Readings. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and we are gonna pull some cards. So, if you're new here, the way this works, the first 6 people to come on and to comment yes get a 1-card reading of the medicine cards. Working with the totem animals is similar to the tarot, but I feel closer to the animal spirits. I get more from them, and so that's the way I roll. Anyway, so if you would like a 1-card reading tonight, go ahead and say yes in the comments. And the first 6 people to do so will get a 1-card reading. And if you're not one of those first 6, no worries. All you need to do then is choose a number between 1 and 6 and pay attention when that card comes up, and I promise you that Spirit has the most perfect way of interweaving messages. And so whatever, even though the card may be aimed at another person, I promise you that your message will be in there as well. So, and my only request is that you please share this video. You can tag someone in the comments, you can share it to someone else's page. Please share my video and get my voice out there. That way I can help more people and more people can support me. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm not seeing any comments coming up. I see that there's a couple people watching, but I haven't seen any comments yet. Esperanza! Yay! Hello! Would you like a card? Maybe it's just too nice of a day and everyone's been outside and I've had a couple of weeks like that where it was just, oh hey Feather. Oh Sage, it's not letting you comment. Okay Sage, but I'll put you down. Hi Feather. Alright. So we got Esperanza, Feather, and Sage. Ah, Christina. Oh, of course, Esperanza. I hope you're feeling better. Hi, Christina, I got you. And I don't know why it's not letting... Hey, Feather, I'm good. How are you? It's been a little rough day, but... Oh, okay, hold on. All right, Sage. You want a card, but it's for your sister's family. I couldn't see the rest of it, and I don't want to... All right. I don't want to click off onto your text message or messenger message. I didn't notice which one it was because that'll stop this video. Oh, they're dealing with terrible grief. Of course, Sage. Oh, Feather, you had a magical day? Awesome. Awesome. Always happy to hear that. All right, so, well, we've got 4. Oh, Emerald, hey, how are ya? That's 5. So I will go ahead and just get started. I got my assistant here helping me, Miss Kira, who's just, Missy, I just gave you food. There's still food in your dish. There's still food. Give me 1 second. Here you go, Kit Kat. She's a little finicky. Sometimes she'll eat her food so much and then she'll wait for me to stir it. I think it loses its scent or something, I'm not sure. But I don't mind being wrapped around her little finger. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. There are still 1 spot left. So if you came in late, you still want a card, just say yes in the comments and we will make it happen. Is that what you want, Missy? All right, so card number 1 for Esperanza. And if you're watching this on repeat, then you have no choice but to choose a number between 1 and 6, unless you have one of the cards. Yes, you're number 5, Emerald. I've had people that message me because they're watching my video on my YouTube channel or something. Like, I'm here. Where's my card? And I'm like, I'm sorry. It's you're watching a rerun. So. All right, card number 1 for Esperanza. I hope you recover quickly. I hope you get plenty of rest. All right, Esperanza. You got butterfly reversed. Which makes sense to me, because you said you were recovering from surgery, you're in bed, right? You're in the cocoon. It's reversed because you haven't quite got your wings yet. You're still resting. You're still recovering. But I don't know what surgery you had or anything, but the results are going to be... Hello, Anna. Yay, our number 6. Anna, you just made it under the wire. Woohoo! So Esperanza, whatever the surgery is you had, the results are going to have better results than you imagined. And I don't mean, well, I should, what I mean to say is that there are going to be, how do I say it? When you come through the recovery, you are going to gain your wings. This is going to have ramifications deeper and wider than you anticipated, and there is going to come with this a sense of freedom, a sense of liberation. I don't know what that means exactly. Oh yeah, Joe, you just missed the last spot. I'm sorry. But we're only on card number 1. So Esperanza, just, you're doing the exact right thing. Just resting, taking care of yourself. You know, being in the cocoon is like being in the womb. And when you're recovering from surgery, exactly, the healing process is kicking your ass. but it is it is working. And like when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, it literally dissolves. It literally dies. Everything that was, so like the caterpillar is born with a virus, but it's also born with the antibodies that keep the virus in check. But when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, the antibodies die off, and so the virus takes over. And what the virus does is rearranges the DNA, and so the caterpillar literally becomes genetic soup until that virus rearranges and recalibrates the DNA to create a whole new creature. Okay? So you're in the midst of it right now, which is why it's in reverse. But that should also be comforting to know that it's like being in the womb. So allow yourself to be mothered, allow yourself to be nurtured. I know that you are a mom, and I know how much attention and energy you put into being a mom. And so this is your turn to allow others to mother you. And once you recover fully, you're going to be a whole different creature. There's going to be things changing in you that you couldn't anticipate, that you couldn't have imagined, okay? So hang in there. I'm sending you love and healing vibes. And I hope your recovery goes smoothly and quickly. All right, Feather. Card number 2. And I always forget to say at the beginning, but if you wish to, you're so welcome, Esperanza. If there's anything I can do, let me know. If you need extra healing, extra Reiki, or anything, let me know, okay? Besides sharing this video, if you feel like giving, if you feel you've received more and would like to reciprocate, or you like my work, you enjoy my work, you get something from my work, and you would like to support your friendly neighborhood shaman, I have my PayPal and Venmo links pinned to the top of the comments. And anything you wish to donate is so welcome and so appreciated. I really mean that. It still blows me away when I think about it, that people actually give me money to do stuff I love to do. So it's awesome. I love my job. All right, Feather. Feather, you got Coyote. You said you had a magical day. I bet you there was someone's hand at the wheel. It's just, I keep feeling this sense of exuberance and the playfulness and so if you're not feeling that yet, like, hold on to your hat. It's kind of like the sense that you put in it's like it's playtime. It's Miller time. It's like you put in the work, you've done enough, and it's time to play. It's time to laugh. It's time to take a peek behind the curtain of life and see what's really going on. See the cosmic joke of all of this, you know. Yeah, I don't know what happened in your day. All I know is you said it was a magical day. So, anything else, Coyote? Enjoy yourself. Allow yourself to enjoy yourself. Right? You got a wing? Whoa, how cool. Um, Very cool. Yay. My guides are so funny. I got this image of you like Christopher Robin with this wing, playing with this wing, and Pooh Bear and Tigger are kind of jumping and marching in front of you while you've got this wing and you're awesome. Awesome. It's like letting your inner child play. It's like this sense of frivolousness and whimsy and nonsensical actions and play and you got your wing. That is so awesome. What kind of wing? Or can I? Maybe I shouldn't ask. Oh man. Oh, and interesting. I don't know. I'm not a numerologist. I don't know a lot about numbers, but I just happen to notice on here is lucky 13. Oh my God! I have a gull. I've got a seagull in my freezer that I need to take the wings and the tail from, with permission, of course. I actually was there when the seagull died, and I asked it, and it gave me permission. So it's in my freezer right now, and so I'm looking forward to, it's like people don't understand those kind of things, like the wings and the tails and animal parts, but like for me, like that, it's like I do it with. You put yours in the freezer just now. You know, when you work with, I work with the animal spirits. I work with the animals. And when I do something like that, it's like an animal that I have found. I don't hunt, I don't kill, sometimes I do buy like hides or different animal parts, but I'm really cautious about who I buy them from. And to me, it's like it's honoring the animal by, number one, making its death worth more than just, what do I want to say? It makes its death worth so much more than just dying and going back to the earth. When you use them for medicine objects, when you use them for healing others, for healing yourself, when you make them sacred, yeah, Feather. So I have hides and I have skins and I have wings and tails, and they're sacred, and they're honoring. I only work with permission. I talk to the animal spirit first. And most of the time, like I remember specifically the first time I did that, this woman I was dating at the time had an Arctic fox fur, and she made it into a hat, and then afterwards she started to feel guilty. She's like, would you talk to the fox spirit and make sure that's okay? And so I did, and the fox was like, psh, I'm not using it. Go for it. So, but there are things to do, like We always do it in ceremony. That's how we help make it sacred. We honor the animal that passed, that gave the gift of its feathers or skin or wings. And we smudge it. We do it in ceremony. We infuse it with magic um, and medicine. And all the animals that I have personally worked with have been honored to be a part of my healing journey, healing me and helping those that I use them for healing on others. So, just a side note on the shamanic life that you may not have known. But so I hope that helps, Feather. It's like, it was like there wasn't really a message as far as just a recognition of that childlike glee. So good job. I saw this comedian the other day online someplace. It was talking about how he felt bad because he saw a coyote flat in the road, and he felt guilty because he knew he shouldn't have ordered anything from Acme. That he had just ordered something from Acme, and apparently the coyote got it off his porch. Okay, so that fell flat. That wasn't a really good joke. But tomorrow is a play day. Good, Feather. Enjoy. Enjoy. Let your little girl inside come out and have the time of her life. All right, card number 3 is for Sage. Actually, for Sage's sister's family who are dealing with some grief. Let's see what we can do to help. Okay, so Sage, I got Grouse in reverse, and Grouse is the spiral dance. Grouse is the dance of life, and it's the spiral that connects us to all of life, right? So in reverse, this makes sense that if they're grieving, Grouse in reverse is it can be a feeling of isolation, disconnection, dissociation, almost like a mini depression. It's like a situational depression where, whatever caused the grief, the grief is there for a reason. It's not just out of the blue somewhere or anything like that. But it is like a miniature depression where you feel kind of surreal, disconnected, disassociated. And the best thing that you can do to help them, I'm tired. The best you can do is help to remind them of their vibrancy, of their living energy. And I'd like to point out that red spot on his neck that is actually an air sac. And he's got one on the other side too. And when they're doing their dance, they blow up bigger than his head. And so what you can do is keep focusing on their vitality, on their true colors, on helping them to see, while they're here, to help them see the connection, their connection with life, their sacred path, their sacred dance, their uniqueness, finding their own drumbeat. And something else you can do is you can drum for them. Like when you go out on a vision quest or something, you have energetic supporters who eat for you and such stuff like that, right? And it works. My first vision quest, I had a number of people supporting me energetically, and I was there for 3 days. I never got hungry once. They were starving. They were tripping over themselves trying to get to food and such. But I never got even the slightest pang of hunger because they were eating for me. And so what you can do, what Grouse suggests you do, drum for them. Do you have a drum? I think you have a drum. You set sacred space, call in their hearts, and just drum. Just drum. And let them, so until they can feel good, you do have a drum. Until they can feel that drumming of their own heartbeat, be that heartbeat for them. Just 5-10 minutes, half hour, whatever feels right. And picture them vibrantly robust, right? Vibrantly happy and exuberant. One of the worst things we can do to people who are in pain or people who are having a hard time is to pity them, because you send out that vibration of pity, and that just puts another layer of energy on top of them that they have to work through. So when you're pitying someone, all you're doing is validating and supporting them in their victimhood, in their weakness. But if you can hold the vision of their true selves, who they truly are, you would be amazed at how quickly someone can bounce back. It's the same thing with the drumming for them, holding that vision of them in wholeness and happiness actually will help more than anything else to help them find their way back to their heart when they can drum and dance to their own beat. Okay? Good job. I wanted to see if that would work. So fireworks for your family, Sage. Awesome. All right. So card. You're so welcome, Sage. Always. You are always so very welcome. All right. Number 3 is Christina. I guess I'm going through these a little bit quicker than normal. All right. All right. Huh. Christina, you got horse. Horse is power. Like even cars are still, engines are still judged by horsepower, right? And so when horse pops up, it's a sign of you finding your own personal power. And it's a power, like if you think of horse, I mean, you look at a horse, you see their muscles, you see how they move, and they just exude power, right? So they don't have to prove it because they are it, right? And so it's like this power that is self-evident, that is this gentleness, this gentle power that has nothing to prove, right? That's how like equine therapy works. Like our heart is an electromagnet and it puts off an electromagnetic field, right? And a horse's heart is at least twice as big as ours. And so the electromagnetic field a horse has is at least twice as big as ours. So when you're close to a horse, when you're petting a horse, your energy field is rising in training to the field of the horse. And so that calmness and that gentleness, yet strength, is what we are left with. And that's how it helps people with PTSD or people with different disabilities or whatever. It helps to kind of jumpstart our own heart, our own energy field to a place of power, of feeling complete without the need to prove it, right? There was a photograph someplace, and it was like a greyhound race, but they had a panther, and they wanted to see if the panther could outrun the dogs or something. I don't know. As I'm saying it, it sounds kind of crazy, because why would you let loose a panther with a bunch of greyhounds? That sounds like trouble. But it didn't matter, because the photograph showed the greyhounds just booking it out of their stalls. Meanwhile, the panther's just sitting there. Just sitting there, relaxing in his gait, not worried about anything, because he didn't need to prove anything. He had nothing to prove, no one to prove it to. And so, if you haven't been feeling that yet, know that this is what's in store for you. And along with that comes expansion, okay? It's like cutting the cords, jumping the fences. Horse was kind of the original internet, right? Horse was the one that helped us go from isolated villages to bigger and bigger global communities. And he carried the communications, right? There's a lot in common, horse with Hermes and Mercury. That communication, trade, and expansion. It's like you get on horse and you run for the horizon to see what's on the other side. So if things haven't started yet, expect your world to begin to expand in marvelous, miraculous ways. You'll be finding things over that horizon that you didn't even know existed, or experiencing things you didn't think that you deserved to experience, right? Because you were fenced in. But this is you, like opening that paddock and just running for joy. If you've ever seen a horse running, it's like that's what they were meant to do, right? A horse was built to run. And they have to run or they get sick. And so this is about you finding that place of power within you and then doing what brings you joy. That is your run. You get to run. You get to do what brings you joy. And that joy will carry you beyond the horizon of what you know now to a bigger, brighter, beautiful world. Okay? So I don't know what you've been doing, but let's give you some. Fireworks for you. You're coming right along. This is a validation that you are stronger than you realize it. That you've come farther than you thought you could. And the reins are now in your hands. Okay? So good job. I'm proud of you. All right, card number 5. Oh, you are so welcome, Christina. Anytime. All right. Maybe I should get more tired before I do these every week, because we might get done within an hour. That's how he's figured. I actually only just started in the event page making it an hour and a half instead of an hour, because I never finished in an hour. But I am just, I had kind of an emotional day, and I'm pretty exhausted emotionally, so I'm not quite as loquacious as I usually am. All right, Amaral, card number 5. All right, Emerald, still going through that initiation. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of your fears. Okay? Boar is probably the fiercest animal and most unpredictable animal on the planet. So all around the globe, and indigenous peoples, indigenous cultures, killing a wild boar is the gateway to adulthood. Partially because you are not guaranteed to survive. So boar comes up, speaking of initiations and rites of passage. And in reverse, it can be kind of a sense of it's like the image my guides gave me is like, the carrot on the stick thing, right? You got the carrot ahead of you, drawing you forward, but there's a part of you not sure if you deserve the carrot. There's a feeling of not sure you deserve it, or feeling like you have to earn the carrot. But if you are at the point where boar is showing up in your cards, you have already earned that carrot. You have already earned that rite of passage. All you need to do is walk through the clouds, through the mist, through that fear, and claim your next best life. Okay? Boar is fearless. And so when you're facing I don't know what the line is or what the threshold is, but you're right on the edge of it. And if you're having trouble crossing it, call on Boar. Boar is fearless. Boar is is crazy. I mean, not crazy like a fox, crazy like mental institution crazy. And that works for him because he doesn't know the rules, so he doesn't have to follow the rules. He makes up his own. And so if you're finding yourself on a threshold that's extra scary, absolutely, you're about to break and drop everything as you know your life to be, to fully trust and receive the life you dreamed of. That's this. And you do deserve it. You don't have to earn it because it's who you are. You are Boar, right? And Boar, I think of Boar like when you cross that threshold, you know, it's like Boar is the gatekeeper. At first, Boar is kind of your guardian. Boar is that fear that surrounds your comfort zone, like your life. If you think of your life, there's a ring of fear around it that keeps you safe, right? Like when you're a kid and they tell you not to cross the street without an adult, right? That's a fear that keeps you safe, right? And we continually grow until we cross that line, and each one is an initiation, a threshold, and a rite of passage. And the bigger, the more expanded we get, sometimes the more scary those thresholds get. I just crossed one myself today, and it was scary. And I'm not going to go into the story or anything right now anyway, but it is that fear of letting go of everything you know, right, in order to embrace who you already are. And when you cross that threshold, when Boar is standing in your way, but you keep walking anyway, even if you are shaking like a leaf, you keep walking, you merge with Boar and you become Boar. You take on Boar's qualities of that fearlessness, of standing in your power, standing your ground, where, you know, Boar has this reputation to the point that a tiger will see Boar coming down the jungle path, and tiger will turn around and run the other way because a tiger doesn't want to mess with Boar. And so it's kind of like that thing where you learn karate so that you don't have to use it, because once you know it, once you have that extra discipline and you have that the confidence to know that you can take care of yourself no matter what the conditions, there's nothing that can threaten you. And there is no one who will threaten you. As you walk in that energy and you're putting off that energy, no one will challenge you. And anyone that does, you can bulldoze over in the nicest way possible. But you're so welcome, Emerald. I'm glad that resonated. I just got chills. Like, yeah, just embrace the Boar. We have certain animal spirit guides, power animals that are body protectors. And my body protector is a Boar. His name is Alice. Because when I first journeyed and met him, I was a little disappointed. I mean, you'd think I'd be excited to have Boar as my body protector. But I was like, I wanted a fairy or something. And my Boar Alice was like, I can do fairies. And poof, he just split into all these little shimmering fairy lights. And so I started calling my Aurora Boar Alice. And then, so Alice fit. But anyway, so when I work with him, it's not like working with other power animals or spirit guides where you like talk to them or confer with them like a conversation. Your body protector is literally what they do. And when you call upon them, they basically surround your energy and they merge with you so that their power becomes your power. So if you're walking down a dark street some night and you're feeling vulnerable or something, call on your body protector to wrap themselves around you, and that shifts your energy to that point where there's no one that's going to mess with you. They know better. Okay? So, all right. Anna, my friend, card number 6. And we might just end in an hour. Woohoo! Means I can go to bed earlier. All right. All right. Anna, I think this just came up for you recently, didn't it? Am I thinking of someone else? It's hard to keep track sometimes. But Anna, you got Black Panther in reverse, card number 6. And Black Panther is about embracing the unknown. Kind of similar to what I was just talking about with Emerald, pertaining to Boar, right? It's like you can't see what's ahead of you. There's the line, that threshold, and beyond it is just darkness, because you can't see beyond that fear, what you already know. And that is the only reason it's dark, is because you just can't see it, and because you haven't, it's unwritten. It's your unwritten future. You haven't been there yet. You haven't written it into being yet. And so it is full potential. Every possible reality and permutation of each reality is available to you. And so Black Panther in reverse, really the message is to gather your courage, because whatever this threshold is, whatever this unknown is, it is divinely directed. And, just like I always talk about, Black Panther is kind of an embodiment of the night sky, right? That blue, black, shimmering coat, just like the night sky, where we think of infinity, right? And so as above, so below. And as you move forward, the universe has your back. The universe will guide you the easiest, smoothest path to get where you're going, so you can trust. Rather than projecting into that darkness, like on a dark screen or something, the worst possible scenario, expect the best possible thing. And it might not be the best thing that you can think of, because it might be better than what you can even imagine. It can be something you haven't even thought of yet. And that's why when I'm praying, or working on manifesting something, at the end, I always add the phrase, this or something better. Because that infinite consciousness that is the universe, that is Creator, can see so many more possibilities than I could even imagine, right? And so Black Panther comes along to bring you this sense of curiosity, right? Ooh, what's in there? I can't see what's in there. Ooh, there must be a lot of good stuff in there. You know, buried treasure. Ooh, let's go on an adventure. Let's see what we can find. Kind of combining, horse and boar and Black Panther. It's kind of like that adventure of setting out, expansive, right? When you're in the dark, it's flat. It's black, right? It's just pitch black. There's no depth, so it looks flat. But when you think of space, right? It's called space. There is an infinite depth to it, and every darkness has an infinite depth to it, and you get to decide through your intentions, through your prayers, through your daily spiritual practices, what you are going to find in that darkness. And there's one affirmation that I use more than any other affirmation. It comes from Abraham Hicks, and that is, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. To know that the worst case scenario is not even a possibility. that it really is a co-creative venture. And when you set out on that path with curiosity and confidence, sense of adventure to see what you're going to find, the universe has your back. The universe carries you, supports you, and guides you along the highest frequency timeline that you can imagine. Oh, excuse me. So step confidently, because it is the unknown. It's great mystery, right? That's another name for Creator, for God, the great mystery. And the great mystery, as above, so below, right? This is you, the embodiment of eternity. You are connected. You're like the yin yang, right? With the eye of each of the fish is the seed of its opposite. It's like eternity exists within you. It's part of you. It's who you are. And so you can trust the universe. You can trust the unfolding of your path, that the universe revolves around you, okay? All you need to do is take the first step, and then take the next step. And even if a moment ago, in some other reality, that step was in the wrong direction, the universe will revolve itself around you to make sure that that step is on the straight and narrow of where you're going. Okay? You can trust yourself. You can trust the universe. This isn't by accident. Whatever you're going through right now, there is a purpose to it. It is a growth point, and the best way to grow into who you are becoming is by surrendering to becoming that person. Even though it's unknown, even like Emerald said, letting go of the life you know in order to bring in the life you're meant to live. Okay? And the universe wants you to succeed. The universe wants you to be joyful. And it will do everything in its power to get you there. You have to take the steps forward. But the universe will use whatever is in front of you to bring you home. Whatever it is. Whatever is in front of you is the path. And if it's in front of you, you can handle it because it's a reflection of who you are. The universe will always bring you the perfect tools, the perfect, I don't want to say test because that sets up this dichotomy as if the universe is the teacher and we're the students. But it will bring you the perfect tools, the exact perfect tools for who you are and where you're at. And it will bring the perfect demonstrations of your strength and your courage. Like I found myself mentioning this a lot lately, but there's that one scene in the movie Evan Almighty with Steve Carell where Morgan Freeman is God, of course, and he meets Evan's wife in a bar, and because Evan is basically doing the Noah's Ark thing, his wife is having second thoughts, she's having doubt, she's not sure what to do, and so Morgan Freeman starts talking to her, and she was like, yeah, I don't know what to do, I keep praying to God for courage. And Morgan Freeman, as God says, when you pray to God for courage, He doesn't give you courage. He gives you the opportunity to be courageous. The cards are literally stacked in your favor. If there's a challenge ahead of you, it is a gift to prove to you how strong, how confident, how courageous you are. Okay? If you can face it, you can handle it. Okay? And you have more courage than most people I know. I've seen you grow, I've seen you expand, and there are things that you face that I would freak out about, literally. So never underestimate your own strength, your own courage, and your own curiosity to draw you forward. So I hope that is helpful, my friend. I hope that resonates. So we're going to pull one more card. That was number 6. So I'm going to pull one more card for the community. This is kind of the community card, which animal is going to accompany us on the upcoming week as a group. You're welcome, Anna. I hope that helps. You know, if I ever do a reading for you on here and you need clarity or you don't understand it, you can either ask me in the comments, which I may or may not see, or you can message me afterwards and ask for clarity, and I can go into it further for you. Okay? You never have to go, what did he mean by that? What did he say? The point of all this is to help guide you and support you. And it's not guidance or support if you don't understand it. So, all right. And so again, thank you so much for joining me as I'm shuffling the cards to remind you to please share my video. That helps me out. It helps other people find me. It helps expand my support group and allows me to expand my support for others, if that makes sense. And if you wish to support your friendly neighborhood shaman, I have my PayPal and Venmo links pinned to the top of the comments. And anything you wish to donate to me, I am so appreciative of. And so much gratitude, especially for those of you, and you know who you are, who donate on a regular basis. It just, again, it blows my mind that people will actually give me money for doing these things that I love to do. So thank you for being a part of that. All right. And if you're interested and you don't know, Wednesday nights I do another video on Facebook Live video, Wednesday night at 7, where I do a sacred pipe ceremony, the Chanupa, the sacred pipe of the Lakota. I'm a pipe carrier, and it is the most profound ceremony that I know of. It's the most powerful ceremony that I know of. And my point of doing it is to hold space for you, especially in these crazy, crazy times, so that you can let go of the outside world for just a little bit and reconnect with Creator through the ceremony of the pipe, through the smoke of the pipe that carries our prayers and intentions to Creator. So if that sounds like something you'd like to take part in, you are so very welcome. That is Wednesday night at 7 right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right, let's see what animal is going to accompany us this week as a group. Ha! Dolphin. So breathe. Remember to breathe. Dolphin is about the breath. And to remind you that in a number of different languages, the word air and the word spirit are synonymous. In some places, it's the same exact word. So remember, open up that crown, right? Remember where the blowhole is on dolphin. Crown chakra, open that crown chakra and breathe in that spirit. Breathe in that light. And as you inhale that light, just see it lighting every cell of your body like Christmas tree lights. And that will make all the difference in the world. And remember to play. Everything dolphin does is play. Right? Like in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Humans knew that they were superior to dolphins because they had created buildings and digital watches and war. And all dolphin ever did was muck about in the water having a good time. And dolphin knew himself to be superior to human for exactly the same reason. So don't ever be afraid of mucking about in the water, having a good time. You are meant to experience joy. That is your essence. So play and breathe in that spirit. Allow yourself to leap and to dance, to know that you are in the world, not of the world. Like dolphin, who is a mammal who breathes air but lives in the ocean. You are human for a short time, but you are a spirit having a human experience, not a human having a spiritual experience. Spirit is your default setting. And you are greater than anything that you can ever fear or anything that can ever challenge you. Okay? So thank you again, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. This is one of the highlights of my week. And I always appreciate the people that come, especially the ones that stick with me till the end. Thank you for your perseverance. Thank you for everything. Thank you for supporting me, your friendly neighborhood shaman. And I hope to see you next week. And until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and go shining!